Welcome back to Life with Sheila, and welcome back to another writing video. What I'm writing, to be specific. Stay tuned to the end because I have a question for you and I need a little bit of your advice, but I wanted to kind of share something first and then we'll hop into that. Sorry, I need another drink. I love this mug. Jesus and coffee. Best two things of the morning. Excuse me. All right, last week we talked about, I kind of showed you how I character map and began to mind map my storyline. For the rest of the week last week, I worked on actually getting my complete outline done, and I'm done. And it's only 4 pages long. I'm gonna pause you guys because I want to look up a quote. I need to find out who specifically said this, because this has kind of helped me understand the outlining process and why it is so really kind of important. I can't seem to find it. I thought I heard in a podcast or something that I was listening to that I'm going to read a quote and then I'll shut this down because I don't like that glare on my face. That Will Smith had said that when he's, maybe it's when he's learning a movie, but I thought it said when he's writing a movie. I don't know if he's ever, I know he's produced a movie before. Anyway, they start with the end first and then move their way to the front, and then all you got to fill in is the gap in between. Here's a quote. No, I have to before I go back to this. Here's a quote. Squirrel. There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside of you. And that was Maya Angelou, however you say her last name. I know I butchered it. And so if you have a story within you that you would love to tell, start writing. That's my biggest thing to say. But when I was looking up the quote, I was trying to find out who was the person I was thinking of. There are so many articles on writing the end before the beginning. I've never done that before. Never. That's much better. I know the lighting is not the greatest. I am actually in my office space. I'm in my living room. My kitchen is right there. The fireplace, which you guys saw at the beginning of this, is it right in front of me, and I'm in the hub of the home. You know, the kids' rooms are that way. The washroom's right here. My husband usually sits over there in the living room. Our room is way back in the back of the house. But this area of our home takes up almost half our house because it is just an open concept home. So I love it. I sometimes use the boardroom, which is also the dining room. I call it a boardroom. Because one day I'm going to have board meetings there. Just saying. I've claimed that for a few years now. So, excuse me, my coughing. I'm not going to edit this. I don't have time today. But I really want to tell you that writing out this outline, this was in the 3-act, 9-block, 27-chapter method. I believe it came from Save the Cat. I actually got the theory from Katie Tastic. I will make sure to link the video where she explains this a little bit better down in the description box below. Excuse me. You guys in the mornings, I'm telling you. Alright, so the ending wasn't so easy. I mean, I knew the gist of how I wanted it to come together. So I'm actually going to be writing this differently than I ever have before. I've always started in a formatted template layout. I'm not going to do that. I am actually going to write by chapters and save each chapter. and then put those into folders of blocks and then put them into folders of X. I will show that to you as I go what I'm talking about. I haven't started yet. I plan on starting writing probably. There's probably a few more details I need to get on cards so that I have them ready at hand. Because there are some scenes in here I don't know. I have no idea what it'll look like. And I don't want to kind of go any deeper, but I want to make sure that I have my character cards as detailed as I need them to be. But I'm gonna do a suggested. I'm gonna write the ending first. I've never done that. Like I said, I've always worked in a formatted template. I've always worked from the beginning to the end, and I get stuck. I don't jump around chapters because I never had a clear outline as far as what belongs in each chapter to make it flow. This flows. I've kind of looked over this outline several times. I'm very pleased with it. Will it get adjusted? Possibly. Possibly. And then the other day I created, what is this? Oh, once I created a writing log for this book, and in it I'll have a place to add what act, what block, what chapter, and then the date that I wrote in, the start time, the end time, and word count, and then any notes I might have. This way, if I keep track of what I've written, where I've written it, and maybe give each one, I'll start color coding the acts at least, and maybe the blocks. Have to look and see if I have enough different colored highlighters. Then I can highlight it on here as to what belongs to what, and when I go to look at it, I can see where I am lacking. It will just be interesting to keep track of that thing. I am just a numbers girl, you know. I guess that's why I work where I work. I didn't used to be. That's funny. But as time goes on, we grow a little bit. So that is all I really wanted to share, was that I have my act together. I am looking very forward to starting this story. And it is very true. When you have an untold story, it will burn inside of you until you either tell it or until it dies. And never let a story die. Never let a story die. I have a running list now of books that I want to tackle, books I want to write, stories I want to tell, to be the voice of someone who can't speak anymore. I need to go look. I have another list started of, I think it was in one of my planners last year, so I need to go look. There are a few stories stories that I want to write based on a true story, but kind of expand a little bit. I love watching true crime. I love watching things like Snapped. I love watching these court cases that come up. I was very interested in a long time because I was in the education system. You know, I was an educator, and I had to make sure that I stayed sensitive to watching for child abuse. And so I would watch a few YouTube videos of these babies that just didn't make it. And it's very, very, very sad. It's a very sad world that we live in when children lose their lives to their own parents' hands. And I want to give those children a voice somehow, some way. So there's a lot of those stories that touched me very deeply, because the system failed them. Their parents failed them. Their entire family failed these babies, and it's not fair. It's not fair. So normally that's not what I write, though. I am a contemporary fiction writer. You know, I like to write to the heart of women, because that's what matters to my heart too. That's where I get a lot of inspiration and I learn lessons. I love to read books that I can walk away from and think, oh, I understand. You guys, sometimes I shouldn't put makeup on before I do a video. But I had to get ready for work, so. Alright. Anyway, anywho, I did not mean for that to turn kind of dark, because who does that? I do. Anywho. So when I tell you I'm clickety-clacketing, you now know where I'm sitting in my home. The front door is right there. My back door is right there. I'm in the hub of my home. I'm in the heart of my home is what I call this spot, because this is where we spend a lot of time. The boys not so much anymore. They like to, they have their gaming systems and, you know, they're fixing to be adults, and I get it, and it's fine. I'm so okay with it. They still come in here, plop down in a recliner or on the left seat and watch little tidbits here and there with us, or just sit and chit chat. Usually they're in the kitchen eating or the dining room eating, because that's what teenage boys do. All right, this is where I kind of need a little help. Back in October, I created a separate channel. Specifically for writing. It was going to be specifically for an authortube channel, so that I don't put all of this on this channel if you guys are not interested in watching it. I don't want to drive anybody away by sharing this journey in my life, but if the majority says, hey, no, just leave it here because I don't want to subscribe to so many different channels, I get it. So I need a voice of reason. I haven't, it's there, it's ready to go, but I haven't uploaded anything to it. I've changed the cover a couple times. As you guys know, I changed my YouTube cover. If you go on to, click on my page on YouTube, you'll see that the banner is always different. I've been changing it monthly lately. I think for fall I had September, October, November. Probably had it up there for 3 months. I changed it for Vlogmas. And then January was snow, and February was hearts, and March is going to be pretty. You just have to wait for it. So what do you think? Should I just leave these writing videos here, or should I move them? I don't know what to do. So your advice is well welcomed. I say that with giggles only because I've heard like 4 YouTubers say, please don't give me advice. And here I am like, please tell me, give me your suggestions. I want to know what you guys want. You know, do you want a channel hop, meaning you would subscribe to that other channel as well, or do you just want to stay here and see it? For those of you who do not like these videos, I would love to know what you want me to do as well. Everybody has a voice, everybody has input, and I will listen. And I know that someone is going to say, it's your decision, you do what you want to do. But I don't know what I want to do. So there you go. Alright guys, I am going to upload this, get it edited, and make these boys something for breakfast. And we're going to get out of here on this wintry, windy, blustery day. And come home and light the fireplace the moment I walk in the door, because it's going to be cold. For us, it's cold. Mind you, yesterday was beautiful at 74. Today we are, I think the temperatures are in the low 50s, but we have high winds. So we have a wind chill factor of upper 30s, lower 40s. And for Southeast Texas, that's kind of cold. So bundle up, babies. See you guys in the next video. Bye.
Know me. Take the time to dig deep underneath this red heat. We could really